Yeah, so our project started as a mental health project. So where we were mainly with the question, how do you treat a person with stress, tension, mental health issues, mental distress, extreme states. So we started out as a mental health project, but then we realized that it's not the right way to go about it, and we really need to ask the question, which is inspired by the CRPD, how do you include someone with a disability within communities? So, and it really changed our perspective. You know, when you ask the question, how do you treat person with mental illness? Usually you have one or two answers. You'll say, okay, medicine, CBT, like this you'll say. Whereas if you go into the question of how do you include a person who has a psychosocial disability, then a whole worldview opens up. And I think so the CRPD is inspiring in that every article opens many new doors. So you can keep opening those doors in the context of any person, you know. And so that's, I know that there's a lot of anguish in the mental health sector, why this is not moving forward, why a person is not recovering. That's because we're just knocking on one or two doors. And if you depend on the CRPD, it's exciting to be able to open that many doors. It's like, okay, let's do education, let's do, you know, community development around mental health, psychosocial well-being, you know. So let's look at liberty, you know, let's look at, so there are so many things that you can do. You can open up so many doors, you can create systems which will be conducive for inclusion, you know, legal systems. Article 19 is, for me, still the most inspiring, you know, and it just, if you just take Article 19B, but having a range of services, it's like many lifetimes can go in just those social innovations. And so we shifted track, and now we were in a research mode already, but the CRPD forced us, compelled us, and mandated us to really focus on, okay, you do this and you see what happens. You do this and then you see what happens. So we have a twin track approach. We do research and then we do community action, research and then community action. So there is an iterative learning, you know, and this has been like, of course, we've got really satisfying results with this kind of work. And it's been enjoyable, and that's the best part, you know. I think people get bored by saying, okay, you take this medicine, you take this medicine. You're doing only one thing all your life. It's just so boring. CRPD is exciting, you know, so that's what it is.